Well, this is the Duluth Airport. We have no ride. We didn't see any taxis. We have to go to Gander Mountain Sports, which is 1.7 miles away. So we're just gonna go ahead and walk there, right? Why not?
It's a beautiful day.
And as you can tell, I am actually wearing a fleece jacket right now. We just left Florida where it was about 90 degrees and it's like 70 or I don't even know. I think it's around 70 here. It actually feels really good outside. We might stick our thumb out and see if we can hitch a ride because we do got to get to downtown Duluth too, so we'll probably have to call a taxi or something eventually. Anyways, this is how it starts. We'll be on the trail tomorrow. We've got some jets coming in here. That's pretty cool. Well, we're driving to the trail and we just saw it. There's a huge moose right in front of us. Wow, that's incredible. Look at that.
Oh my God. He turned around. He's like, get off of my trail.
Wow.
Look at that beautiful rack he's got. He just cleaned that.
He does have
off.
a nice rack.
There he goes.
Man, that is incredible. Whoa, and he's back.
He's back. He said, no, I'm just going to keep on going. He's like, I gave you a chance to get off, to go past me.
Check him
I
out.
cannot
There's
believe.
a moose right in our trail.
We're just a few minutes from being to the trailhead, not too much further.
This guy is huge. Look at the size of that rack of horns.
Oh, yeah, he could come our way.
I know, I'm kind of curious. Well, we just got here to the Superior Hiking Trail. We're going to be walking to 270 Overlook. We just saw a moose. Let's start.
All right.
Let's do it. Everybody's here. Cannonball, Samurai Joe, Details, and of course me, Redbeard. And we are out here. It is just absolutely beautiful. Perfect weather. September 15th. The leaves are going to be changing throughout our hike. Hopefully we're going to see a lot of wildlife. But we're going to walk over here to the official start of the Superior Hiking Trail to our Overlook. And then we'll walk back. It's only about a mile out. And then we'll be... we have
to turn around and walk back?
Turn around and walk back. Well guys, you are here with us at the officially the end or the start of the Superior Hiking Trail. And Canada is right here. That's where it all starts. The Springer Mountain, actually I guess you'd say the Mount Katahdin of the Superior Hiking Trail. You can see the river. We can go ahead and sign the log and officially kickstart this trip. Well, this is kind of the official sign that we've been seeing in pictures. The start of the trail. Well, we just made it to the high point of the trail. The sign says 1,829 feet. My watch is saying 1,900 feet. I'm not really sure what the exact elevation is. I don't know how old the sign is, but this is it. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, it's a good time, baby.
We're going to take a little break and wait for Steve and Joe. They should be here shortly. Well, I'm just past the high point. We stopped and just took a little break. We still have about 16 miles to hike today. We're doing 22 on our first day. Pretty much the first 6 miles were quite nice, actually. Pretty flat until you make the final ascent up to the top of the high point, which is really only about a 400, 500 foot climb. But since then, now it is lots of little ups and downs, little 20, 30 footers that are pretty much straight up. Again, we have just perfect temperatures. I feel wonderful right now. Just great, great weather. But like I said, tomorrow, 100% chance of thunderstorms starting at about 3 a.m. Well, if you're wanting to do some climbing, come to the Superior Hiking Trail because it started off without any climbs, but man, did that change. Look at this. But look at this little dam. Wow. I'd imagine there are beavers out here. This is perfectly constructed. One of my last nights on the AT, I camped in a real marshy area, couldn't find a good camp spot, and had a beaver that was in that location, and he was not happy that I was camping there. He was slapping his tail all night. Multiple levels to this pond. We got a lot of miles left today, but we'll see if it stays more flat like it has been here for the last mile or so. You can really easily do 3.5 miles an hour, but with it going up and down so much, slows you down. And I really, when I start a hike out, especially a longer hike where I'm going to be out here for 300 miles or more, I really like to take the first day or two a little bit slower, still do the miles that I want, so we're still doing 20s, but not push myself as hard. Really just start off a little bit slower pace, because I'm telling you, the easiest way to injure yourself is just to come right out of the gates trying to hike as fast as you can. When you got 3 weeks of backpacking ahead of you, there's really not a need to do that. So I personally like to take a little bit slower and enjoy it. Well, this is our first real creek. I think it's called Jackson Creek. Just wanted you guys to see what it looks like. You can't even really see the creek, but really hope we get the opportunity to camp near some lakes, just to hear the sounds that you get when you're around some lakes or little ponds. Another little stream. Not much flow to it. I am going to attempt to hike without a filter. Well, I am hiking without a filter, so no filter, which is typically how I do it. Yet to get sick. I'm sure it'll happen someday. It's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm very calculated with where I get water. Just gonna let you guys see what it's looking like. We're still going up and down quite a bit, and my legs are feeling it a little bit. Haven't really been doing much hiking. Been actually pretty lazy lately, just working. You know, at Zpacks we are in an office setting, so I haven't really, it's been very hot in Florida, so I just haven't really been outside much except when I'm at the farm. My legs still, they're always fine with the amount of miles that I put on them the last 2 years, over 4,000. It's kind of like riding a bike. If you don't let yourself go, stay in pretty good shape, your legs just, or at least for me, I rarely have leg problems, knee problems. Ankles get a little sore on usually the first day or two, but that's usually about it. Ankles and maybe the bottom of my feet. Well, we just made it to Hellacious Overlook. Wow, and it's our first sighting of Superior, Lake Superior from the trail. Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah. There's really nothing out here. I'm telling you, it's very secluded. You pass a few small towns on the way to the northern terminus. There is not much though, but it was beautiful. It was a beautiful drive. Well, this is one of the steeper sections of the Superior hiking trail. It actually doesn't look as steep from this view as it does from standing right up there. Still keeps going down pretty steep though. Well, we've only got about 4 miles left, and The trail has really become quite muddy through here the last few miles. Almost lost a shoe one point, but we've been seeing more ponds. Almost all the streams, all the water sources are originating from ponds around here. Well, we've just got about 1.5 miles left. This is our first road walk. They actually call this a road. Not really much of a road, but I don't mind this to finish our day. It's actually kind of nice. We just came straight downhill, definitely the most vertical part of the trail so far. There's a bunch of steps, so we came down that to get to this. Well, it's the start of day 2. This is where we camped last night, and it started raining around 2:30, and it's been raining the whole night, but it hasn't rained too hard. Matt's already packed up and ready to go. We're expecting rain all day, so should be a good one. I don't know how much I'll be able to film today if it's raining consistently with my camera, but I'm gonna try to get as much in as I possibly can. Okay, let's get this day started. I gotta finish getting packed up here. Well, a lot of times hiking longer distance, you do have to hike in pretty crappy weather, and it starts on day 2 for us, but honestly, it's not that bad. It feels pretty good outside. Just kind of a misty rain right now. It rained, like I said earlier, pretty much all night consistently, but very light rain, nothing too heavy. And this little section's got a little bit different feel, more open, with Christmas trees everywhere.
Yeah, it smells like Christmas.
It does smell like Christmas. We've been seeing a lot of these flowers here yesterday and today. Already seen some moose tracks again today. Well, we are seeing mud very similar to what's found in Vermont. It is definitely lots of mud so far. It was actually muddy yesterday, even though it hadn't been raining, but it's way worse today with the amount of rain we got for a few hours last night. As you can hear, it's still kind of raining around us. A lot of that's just water falling off the leaves, but there is still a slight drizzle coming down. So it's gonna be a wet one today, but luckily we are in luck. It is probably high 50s, low 60s right now, so it actually feels quite warm, and I'm not even wearing my rain jacket. I'm wearing a Patagonia, it's pretty much equivalent to like Capilene 1 t-shirt, and it is super thin, the thinnest shirt I've ever hiked in, so honestly it shouldn't stay wet for very long. I think it'll dry real quickly if it'll hold up to the abuse from my backpack. I'm kind of curious to see how it does. Anyways, guys, it's a great morning to be on the trail. Friday, 8:15. We've already done probably about 2 miles or so. Well, we just finished our 1.5 mile road walk. It definitely felt longer than 1.5 miles. We were starting to wonder if we had missed the offshoot because it wasn't very well marked through there. They only had 1 or 2 markers, but here we are, back to the trail. Goes down there, and Devil's Kettle, I think that's a waterfall we're going to be hitting in 3.9 miles. And then I'm not really sure when we're going to get to the lake, but it's going to be a great day of hiking. Well, we just made it down to our first river. I think this river leads to Devil's Kettle Fall, and it's beautiful. It's quite large, just gorgeous, gorgeous river, man. It's nice to get to this. We've been walking up along the ridge from it, so we've been seeing it or hearing it for a little bit of time, but the trail wasn't dropping us down to it yet until just now. So it's about 10:30 right now, and we've hiked about, say, 7 miles or so. So we will definitely be ending a lot earlier. Like I said, last night we really didn't finish until the sun had already set, so we made a day of it. But today we got started way earlier. I mean, yesterday we didn't start till 10:10, so way earlier today. So we're gonna finish way earlier, and it'll be good because we're wet right now, and it'll be nice to be able to get in our tents and have a good big supper kind of low on water last night. Our campsite was the only one so far that hasn't had a stream or a water source, and I wasn't prepared for that. So tonight we'll be better prepared and have a good big dinner and just relax in our tents for a little bit. Maybe have a fire too if we can find some dry wood. Well guys, as you can see right there, it just drops off. I'm assuming that might be the waterfall. I see some people up there. We're about to be right up there. Any view? Wow, look at that. Kind of shoots into a hole right there. Well, we got a little bit better view of Devil's Kettle Falls. And like Matt was just saying, the water goes down into a hole right there, and they've put balls down there to try to see it come out at the other end. And they literally have no idea where the water goes. It goes down into that hole. It's pretty wild. Well, here we are at the bottom of the falls. Man, this is, it was cascading the whole way down. Pretty incredible. I guess you could almost go right underneath that waterfall. Feels really good down here. Well, we got some serious stairs here. Stairway to heaven, or at least the top of the tree canopy. This will wake you up in the morning, that's for sure. We just climbed a good amount of little stairs going down. Now we're going right back up. I guess I wanted to take you to the bottom where I just filmed, but then they take you right back up. Well, we're still climbing up. See, that's where we came from, and way off in the distance already is the river and the falls. Definitely feel the calves burning, but I'm thinking this is the top right here. Well, we made it to the top of those stairs. We got a nice, well-graded little path here, but it's a little bit more open. You can actually see around you a lot of these spruce trees. Well, we're crossing over the river, I think, one last time. I think that might be the road we came in on. Yeah, actually, yesterday when we drove, we were going that way. He told us to look up this direction. We could see where we were coming. I remember seeing this bridge here. Well, we just got done having a little lunch break back there at the parking lot, the bottom of the falls. We've still got about 10 miles, 9 miles left, but we're gonna get done a lot earlier today, probably around 4 to 5, so we'll get to rest, relax a little bit tonight, and then a little bit shorter day tomorrow. Well, the trail has been following just above this creek. It'd be really cool to go down there and kind of hike along it, do some fishing. But once again, I really can't say it enough just how beautiful this trail is. Honestly, it's surpassing my expectations. I love the feel of this trail. I mean, it feels so similar to higher elevations in the Smokies, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, you know, my favorite sections of the whole entire AT. So this is just the entire time we've been hiking so far, it's felt like those sections. So it's 1:40. We've probably got another 2.5, 3 hours. Not much, but shortly we're gonna be, and this is hard to believe just from looking at surroundings right now, we're gonna be walking on the beach. The shores of Lake Superior. I told myself I was going to get in. I just might do it. Crossing the road very soon, we'll be looking at the shores of Lake Superior. Lake walk for the next 1.5 miles. So we'll see just how bad this is. People seem to say that it's pretty miserable walking on the rocky shoreline. So we'll see what it's like. I'm pretty excited about it though. Well guys, I can hear the waves crashing. Yeah, I can see what people are talking about. It's a little sandy, but it's not that bad. Not anything worse than some of the stuff on the PCT. Wow, this is just incredible. Really glad to be here. Can't wait to see just exactly how this trail follows along because the tide seems to be pretty high right now. Well, since we're here, Matt was feeling compelled. He felt like he needed to get in the water, so here he goes. Woo! Is it cold?
That feels good, dude.
Hard to beat this right now. Feels great. Yeah, it does. Here goes Cannonball.
I don't think I got it.
It's nice, isn't it? Not too bad of a place for a swim, that's for sure. We're gonna put our clothes back on and finish our hike. We don't have too much more left today, so hopefully it won't rain. Look at Matt out there. Nothing like hiking through something like this. This is pretty crazy.
There were some scary sections like this in New Zealand where like the tide would be coming in and we'd be crossing around like bluffs like this, but the water just keeps getting deeper as you go. Then I have to be like, I hope I don't get swept into the ocean.
Yeah.
We had to swim a couple pieces too.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know what Matt's doing since he's
Well, I'll tell you what, not many long trails do you get to experience something like this. Lake Superior, hard to believe, man. Largest lake, largest freshwater lake in the world. And, I mean, looks just like an ocean. Well, we made it to the end, the west end of the lake walk. And it definitely got harder the longer we went. My legs are pretty sore now, but I think it was worth it. I think it was worth it. Well, we're gonna head back into the woods. Well, we really don't have too much further to go today. About 45 more minutes of hiking. But the forest was just really looking pretty cool through here. A lot of small trees, as far as you can see. Well, we've run into another good-sized creek. Flowing extra strong after the rain we've had today and yesterday. Well, you would think that we were over 6,000 feet up in the mountains or something, the way the forest is looking in the trail. But no, we're at about 1,600 feet in northern Minnesota. Well, we made it to our camp spot here for night 2, Kimball Creek campsite, and I think that me and Steve, we were wondering why Matt wasn't already here because he was ahead of us. I think that we were too busy talking, and I didn't know the name of the campsite that we were staying at. And so it appears that we walked right past the campsite that we were going to camp at, Crow Creek, even though the mileage that we're at here was more the mileage that we were planning on doing. So we went about 2 miles further, I guess, than what we had to. But Cannonball and I are gonna enjoy this place here to ourselves. And we got 2.5 miles of hiking we won't have to do tomorrow. And we're right here at this beautiful stream. And I have a little cell phone service, so I can call my girlfriend. Be nice. Okay, we're gonna get dinner started, get to bed early. Well, it's the start of day 3. We all slept separately last night because it's just some confusion. Like I said earlier, we had no idea what camp spot we were supposed to camp at. We were just going to a set mileage based off of how fast we were walking. So me and Steve literally didn't know the name of our camp spot. So we ended up getting split up and all 3 camping in a different camp spot. And we've only got 11 miles to the road that leads into Grand Marais. So we're gonna go into town. I really don't need to because I packed ahead and have a ton of food, but everybody else needs to resupply. So we're gonna go into town and grab something to eat there. That's our plan for the day. We were already hiked 42 miles in the first 2 days. So we're doing pretty good, making pretty good time, especially considering that it's been pretty much wet the entire time. Well guys, it is still raining today on our 3rd day. It's been a rough one today. Whenever you think about through hiking, sometimes my videos really don't capture just how miserable it can be on some occasions, on some days when you've got days like this. Well guys, I just got to a pretty cool waterfall and bridge. I'm gonna let you guys take a look at it before I get across it real fast and get closer to town. I was wondering what this bridge is gonna look like. It's a pretty big river. And there's some bigger waterfalls further down as well. Devil Track River. You see, pretty aggressive and pretty high right now because of all the rain we've been getting. I don't even know if you can tell how vertical this is. This is me looking straight ahead. It's climbing, knowing inside it looks like it might end right up there. And it just came from down there. And this is, you're not even seeing the start of it. Hiking is a lot of fun. It really is, but man, it'll push you and test you and get you cursing pretty fast. So just like I thought, it didn't end actually. Still keeps going as far as you can see. And we dropped straight down, the equivalent of stairs, to go down to the bottom of a river gorge. I can't even remember if I filmed it. So we went down this on the other side, and now we're going right back up, right back up. But I'm getting close to the road, I think. I mean, I would imagine it's a mile or less. But another fun part of through hiking is that's not the end of my day, because I still have a 2-mile road walk just to get into town so I can resupply, need some food, and then when I'm nice and fat and full and tired, I've got a 2-mile road walk back to the trail, and then a couple miles to find a camp spot. So what was supposed to be an 11-mile day will end up being closer to, you know, 17, 16-mile day by the time it's all said and done. Glad I'm done with those stairs. Well, I just made it to the parking lot to go down into Grand Marais. And if you look out there, it almost just looks like sky, but that's actually Lake Superior. Pretty cool, it really is. You feel like you're really up high, but you're really just looking at a lake. So, now, oh great, so we're gonna be able to see Grand Marais here. Right down there is Grand Marais. Well, I'm walking down into Grand Marais. It's a beautiful little walk towards the lake. Not really able to hitchhike. There's not many cars. I'm just hoping not to get attacked by any dogs. These are usually the areas you have to watch out for. My worst experiences were on the Florida Trail. The Florida Trail, a lot of dogs. Well, just made it to where I'm going to be eating. My sister's place. Rated the best restaurant in town, according to Yelp. I'm very happy about this. They've got beer too. You know I'm going to be getting one. Well, you know what this means. It means we made it to my sister's place. There's details. He was a little bit ahead of me last night. He's already eaten.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to put down a burger. Who knows? But I'm enjoying this local IPA called Devil's Kettle IPA. Or no, I'm sorry, Bent Paddle IPA. It's out of Duluth. Gonna be good. We're gonna sit here and wait for Steve and Joe to get here.
Thanks for being creepy.
Well, this is meal number 1 in town number 1, Grand Marais. Got a granny burger. It's got some apple slices on there. We got some bacon. We got some barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese, ketchup, French fries, and my beer. Well, we made it to our camp spot for night 3. We went down into Grand Marais. Had a lot to eat. Actually, way too much to eat. I had a huge cheeseburger. I had some garlic toast with mozzarella cheese. I had a couple beers. I had a huge 16-ounce malt chocolate milkshake. And then we had to walk back to the trail, so I did not feel too hot. But we've got our tent set up over here. Actually, Joe is still looking for a spot. It looked like there was room for 4, but I don't know. He's usually able to make it happen. We got Cannonball over there drying his tent down. Set up here, and Matt's over there. So we're going to try to squeeze in here and relax for the rest of the day and then start hiking tomorrow. We're going to do about 18 tomorrow.